get started with some basics from Angular.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. So to start with, can you just explain me how does an Angular application bootstraps itself?
Yeah. Yeah. First, we have index.html, right? And there we'll be having also like the main. We have main.ts. Here our application will have all the will bootstrap the Angular first module, is the app module, and we can in the module level we will bootstrap the component. It will be app component as well. After that we'll have a selector of the each component. Will be give the selector, use the selector in the individual component, will render it. Also we have a routing. So based on the routing configuration, we'll load the specific module. Like I said, like I worked on a couple of features, right? We had for the check warranty feature, we have given the route path as check-warranty. So as your router navigates to the specific path, will load through using the children, the lazy loading module. Will lazy load the complete module, the check warranty module, and will render the respective components.
Okay, so where do we decide which module is going to be loaded the very first time?
Very first time.
From where it is going to start?
Yeah, like when the path is null, right? Like you give a empty path, the common components like the header, footer, everything loads here, as well as the home page. If we have /home, then we'll load the main component.
So I'll simplify my question. We have app module, right? Usually you must have seen that app module is the one file that get loaded first.
Yes.
Then from app routing and app component, we have the router outlet and everything.
Yes.
So where do we define that this app module is the starting point of the application?
We bootstrap the app component.
Okay, in the module file.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. Right.
Okay. And where do we bootstrap this module, not the component?
Main.ts.
So if we were to change the module, like we don't want to load app.module first, we want to load some home.module first.
Yeah, we can bootstrap the same module, whichever we want. Like this, if we have a specific requirement of any.
Okay, we can define that in the app.module file, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Alright. So what all metadatas are there in a module file?
Module file. Imports we have, declarations and providers. Basically, if we have a couple of for the individual module, how we create, right? We create services as well for the particular what we say the feature module. So we can provide that services. We can use the HTTP intercepts that we can provide here. If you want to use some of the components that we can declaration, we can do that. All these stuff we can do in Angular modules, app modules. Or if you want to do it for the specific module, we can go for like I said, for the check quantity module, whichever the component services or the pipes which I use, that I used to be doing in the module level. Also we can write some common module that we can like a common module or the services that we can import, and we can we can provide that, and we can use in a couple of other features as
well. Okay. How do we communicate between different components? Let's say we have, I'll give you a scenario. Tell me how would you implement it.
Sure.
Let's say we have two components. One is a filter component.
Okay.
And the other one is the grid component. These two are on the same level. There is no parent-child relationship between them.
Okay.
Okay. So in the filter components, we have different fields on the basis of which we will filter the grid.
Okay.
So on the click of apply button, I want my grid to refresh based on the data which is there in the filter component.
Yeah.
How would you achieve that?
Yeah, we can use we can achieve this by using the subject with the in the services. If you have basically, if a child and parents, right, we use input output. Then if we have these kind of scenarios, like there are two different independent components, we can use subject with the help of the service. Basically we can achieve bidirections here. like even the observer can emit the data to the observable, right? So in this way we can pass the updated value of the data to other components.
Okay. What is the difference between subject and behavior subject?
Yeah, it's like behavior subject will always have should have initial value, the main difference. If you talk about subject and reply subject as well, see, in the subject, right, uh, the values which are broadcasted before the creation of the observer will miss
Mm-hmm.
those things, will miss the data, the new values. So if you use reply subject, even the new subscription will have the previously broadcasted data. That is the like difference between the reply subject and the subject. The behavior subject will be the initial value.
Okay. All right. Um, did you use promises?
Yes, I have used.
Okay. And you must have used observables as well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What is the basic difference between these two?
Basic difference, I would say, like if you have a single stream of data, then you can use promises. Like for multiple stream of data, a sync of data, then we use observable. Observable gives like it is very unique, and like it gives a lot of functionality. Like in the promise, right, you cannot you cannot cancel the promise basically, but you can unsubscribe the observables or the subscriptions. Say. So main difference.
All right. Let's say my Angular application is taking like more than 5 seconds to load
Mhm.
initially,
Okay.
the initial load time.
Yeah.
What are the ways in which we can optimize this time, the initial load time?
Okay. Initial load time. Couple of things. First, I will try to use the lazy loading. I'll try to avoid loading unnecessary modules which are not required for the initial load. One way, or if
Mm-hmm.
you have a couple of products or that need to be shown, we use pagination. We can use pagination and optimize that. Also, I will check whether the common CSS, only the common CSS are written in style.css. Basically, right, we have encapsulated the components, right, in the style level. Like the common CSS, the CSS which are not required all affect to the all the components, it can be written in component level. It will not try to push in style.css. Apart from that, like
Mm-hmm.
I'll make sure we are also having the uh, observable, as well as we are removing the event emitter. Basically, in part of the development purpose, right, we it's like we'll be adding some event listener to the common global elements. So as soon as we navigate to the some other component, like we forget to remove those event listeners will be hanging around. So if there are no use, we can remove that event listener when we navigate from one page to another if we don't have a requirement. And also I will try to avoid the large data storing in the global variables and services as well. This way I can like boost the performance of the application.
Okay. So when we use lazy loading per se,
Mhm.
what difference does it make?
That complete module will not be available in the DOM. So as soon as you go to that
Okay.
particular path, then only that modules or the component related to that will be loading. Whatever we
Okay.
have with that,
So
and
my question here is,
Mhm.
I'll simplify it. My question here is, let's say when we do ng build and we are using uh, lazy loading, what will be the structure of your dist folder? What all files will be created?
uh,
Not all the files, just tell me the basic files.
the bundle.js you are talking about, right? The webpacks.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, we have polyfill.bundle.js. Like that is to fill the gap between the JS which we
Yeah,
use
that's
in the
fine. I
application.
mean, I'm more concerned about what will be a part of main.js file and what won't be.
Okay.
So if we use lazy loading,
Mhm.
all the modules will be a part of main.js only?
Basically we'll have a reference, but the entire the components or the service which we write in the specific module, right? That will be not part of it.
Okay, where will it be stored then?
Might have not gone through it in the this folder.
Okay, so basically what happens is when we say if we use lazy loading, our bundle size will be decreased and we'll be able to load faster.
Yes.
If all the modules were a part of main.js is going to load anyway in the browser.
Yes.
If it is huge, it is going to take time.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
So that was my question. You can go and check if you are using lazily loading. We will have different files for different lazily loaded modules.
Okay, how we optimize these in the background, right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. For every lazily loaded module, you will have a different file. You can go and check that one. Okay.
Sure, I will check. Yeah.
So what all RxJS operators have you used?
Yeah. I've used switch map, distinct until changed, take until. Basically, in the ng destroy, right? We that don't go and unsubscribe it. We use the RS operator take until. So we can use that, as well as take one off from, or it's we have for example, if I give a scenario.
Take until, what happens?
Yeah, as soon as we in the unsubscribing, right, like the ng destroy, what we do, we just emit the empty value. If we get a new value in this subscription, it will directly unsubscribe the service or the observable which we have used. That basically happens in. And apart from that, if I'll give a scenario, we had a search box. Okay, here in this search box, as soon as user types in the keywords, it is to make calls. So what I have used debounce time here, just to make 100 millisecond delay. So as soon as user type and give us little pause, it will make an API call. In the same place, I have used switch map. As soon as it gets a new observable, it cancels the previous one and go with the latest one. Apart from that, distinct until change, what I said, right? If I type paper, then space, then if I remove the space, then the paper will be already have a call with paper. Then if there is nothing changed, so distinct until change will we can use this here, like this operator I have used. Fork join also I have used. Yeah.
Sorry?
Fork join.
Okay, fork join.
Yeah.
Okay. What does fork join do?
Basically, we had a requirement where we'll in the document migration, right? In this we had a requirement we need to get the API response from two different APIs. One is from the content of the document, one is metadata. So even if any one fails, we'll be redirect the user to the error page. So fork join will make sure we get both the response. If any one fails, then it will return error. Either you'll get all or not. Yeah.
Okay. So all the APIs will be triggered parallelly?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Let's say we have some headers.
Okay.
HTTP headers, which are going to be a part of all the API requests.
Okay.
Can we configure them at one place instead of writing in every API call? How do we do that?
We have a concept called HTTP interceptor. It's a special type of service, HTTP service. Basically, it will intercept the calls which are going from front end to back end or coming from the back end. Basically, in this place, it gives a method called intercept. So it have two parameters. One is request and next. Request will be the part type of HTTP request, and next will be HTTP handler. So in this we'll get a request. We can attach the header which you said, right? Mentioned. We can do that here. I'll give another example which I've used. I also use the loading screen here. So whenever I make a user go and click on some buttons, or if you are backend, if you are making any call, right? So in this it will take a 1 or 2 second delay to get the response and display in the UI. So by this time I can show the loaders here using the HTTP interceptor. We can achieve that.
Right. Have you used guards?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
What all guards have you?
Yes, basically like to uh, whenever user like the router will navigate from one route to another route, right? The access route it will basically it will tell whether to navigate or not. We had a one scenario we'll explain like in the check warranty feature, right? We had a dispute form where the dispute form will have the complete information of the user. It will be auto-filled.
Mm-hmm.
Along with that,
Mm-hmm.
he has to attach some of the screenshot or something and all the other
Mm-hmm.
details. So if user cannot directly go and access this form, he has to click on the dispute warranty link and to navigate to here. I have used can activate method here. So it will basically return boolean true or false. We'll check whether user has a valid session or not. If have a valid session, then only we write the this the dispute warranty form, because we also keep updating some of the information, right? That we should have user login information here. So by this way, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Which guard did you use
Can
there?
activate.
Can it?
Yeah.
Alright. Have you ever used resolvers?
Resolver I have not used. Basically, it will make sure whenever we like route to some path, the data which is available or not, right? That is the
Mm-hmm.
purpose of it, resolver. But I have not used it.
Okay. Alright. Cool. In your current application, how do you manage the state of your application?
Yeah, I have used this one NgRx store. The NgRx store,
And
right?
JRX.
Yeah,
Okay.
NGRX store. Basically, we have actions. We'll define set of actions here. Actions like to get the
Mm-hmm.
data from the DB, or the button clicking the button. Like this, we define set of actions. Then we have reducers. Reducer pay we'll have a
Mm-hmm.
switch where we'll check the type. Based on the type, we'll return some of the data, whether it could be the data of the from the backend response, or like loading is true, success is true or false, like this. And then we have effects. Based on the type of the action, we trigger
Mm-hmm.
some of the backend calls here. Like then we have selectors. Like in the store, right, we have a large data. If it's a special tool like where we can get a specific piece of data from the store. I'll give a
Mm-hmm.
scenario where I implemented it. Like in the web page, we were showing almost 5 to 6 tabs. On clicking on one tab, we need to make a API call and get the response, and then we to paint the certain box in the tab. So on individual click, we were making this call. So initial pay we load the first one. Then when we click on the second one, I have like in the effects I was making the call and getting the
Mm-hmm.
response, and I was storing that in the key name as the tab name. So whether I'll check whether this particular tab already has the data or not. If not, I will go and I'll make the call and get the response. In this way, user if click on third or fourth and come back to the second, if we already have the data, then we'll not making any calls. It's like it's like we can manage the data here very efficiently.
All right. Have you used that NgRx entity?
Uh, no. AGS entity I have
All
not
right.
used. Yeah.
All right. Okay. When we say, let's come back to basic Angular.
Okay.
When we create any services, we have provided in metadata, right?
Yes, yeah.
When we say provided in root, what does it mean?
A single like the instance will be available for across the application. A single instance will be available in the root.
Okay,
If you
it is going to
basically,
be a singleton.
yeah, singleton. If you mention that in the module level, right, the separate copy of that will be available for the specific module.
Sorry, I didn't get your last one. Could you repeat?
Yeah, like if you provide it in the root, will
Mm.
like single instance will be created for the application. If you provide that service in the module level, right, that separate instance will be available for that particular module. Like check warranty pay, if I provided the service, the separate instance will be provided for that particular module.
All right. What all types of view encapsulations do we have?
Yeah, basically the styles which we write in the component level, that will be applicable for the component. Basically, like we have emulated view encapsulation dot emulated, that is the default one. That makes sure that CS which we write in component, that will be not affect to the other component. If we make it none dot none, then the CSS which we write in the component, that can be affect to other component if we are using the same specificity, CSS specificity. Then if we use dot shadow DOM, right, Angular will create a new shadow copy of the DOM, and even the style.cs, the common CSS which we write, right, that will be not applicable for the shadow DOM as well component. That will be not applicable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever you provide in shadow DOM will have its own CSS.
Yes.
The external CSS won't apply there.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
That's what you're trying to say, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. In a couple of minutes, do you mind if I cover a basic of JavaScript?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, what is the difference between let and var?
Before we add like var, which is function scope, what I say, and let is like as part of ES6, right, which is we got let and cost, that will be block scope. The major difference. Yeah. Block in the sense the curly braces, within the curly braces.
Okay. All right. And okay, what do you understand by closures in JavaScript?
Yeah, like the function with its lexical scope and outside scope will define the closure.
Have experience into banking domain anywhere?
Yes, previously I worked in SUB in the last organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you managing any team here, or are you an individual?
Working as like backup lead, because like in the overall lead we have, he is responsible for backend and front end. So majorly I look for front end as a backup lead.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be part of Agile as well. We use safe Agile model, right, where we'll have iteration planning and all. So we'll make sure I'll break the stories into a story point. It should not exceed the story points, and I'll call out the dependencies from other teams as well. So when we can accept the changes and everything, and so I'll plan the stories in the iteration by iteration, and also giving the demo to the client. All those things I'll handle. Yeah.
Okay. And how is your deployment plan for the Angular application? How do you deploy it?
Yeah, build prod we do, and like we basically we have a procedure, like we are using first we deploy in development, then we go for QA, then we ask the product owner to check in the SAT environment, then we go for UAT deployments. We are having specific slot there, we'll deploy the changes.
Don't you have any pipelines?
Yes, we Jenkins pipelines we use.
You use Jenkins pipelines.
Yeah.
Right. And where do you deploy it? On cloud, or do you have your own servers?
We have our own servers.